off, Graham? Did you get chased off by the Secret Service, Graham?
I didn't get chased off, but I don't tell them.
Really?
But I respect them. I'm out here doing the same thing you're doing.
Really? Yeah, you're reporting lies for Warren Buffett, right?
Sure.
Right? Am I right? Who owns your newspaper? Who does?
Uncle Warren.
Uncle Warren. That's right. That's right. And like, who did he guarantee was going to win the election? The rigged election?
Who are you voting for?
Vote? Do I look like a slave to you? Do I look like a slave that votes for a two-dimensional fiction that I created?
Just ask.
I'm just telling on the mountain, you know? I mean, like, you know about me and Tom, and like, you know, I mean, I must say, I've been dragged out by the Secret Service for simply getting ready to. No, from right in front of Tom Silvestri, your boss, for simply getting ready to ask Bobby Scott and Eric Cantor about the Federal Reserve Bank. And Floyd Spencer, like, you know, sat beside me, and that Secret Service agent that worked for Eric Cantor, like, you know, and they did, basically the public squares, they're all rigged. They're all pre-picked. Everybody's pre-picked to go. One of the guys, the last speaker there, is dead now. You know who I'm talking about. The guy from Henrico that was going to be the Commonwealth Attorney, Matt Geary. He was the last speaker at that stage town hall with Eric Cantor and Bobby Scott. It was before your time, but if you don't know about it, then everybody's being very compartmentalized, because they did an extra town hall because Tom Silvestri was apologizing to me as they were dragging me out, because they didn't want a simple question asked about what controls all of this, all the bullshit that you guys cover, all the minutia of nonsense that you cover. Nobody will say, hey, these are just two-dimensional fictional creations, and there's this thing called the Federal Reserve Bank that creates the money out of nowhere, and it controls all this stuff. I mean, do you not know that?
We've talked about it.
I mean, do you not know that? I'm trying to figure out if you're just like a complete bullshit artist or just mostly.
That's what you believe. I know.
Oh, it's not what I believe, it's what I know. Do you know about how the Bank for International Settlements works? Do you know how the Bank for International Settlements works?
I don't cover international finance.
Okay. Well, it controls everything that you cover.
Okay.
Do you know how the Federal Reserve Bank functions? You were at the meeting when Jeff Lacker was there, and they postponed the meeting because I sat in a seat with a gun and my camera, and I called him a criminal right to his face because he's an Israeli Mossad agent. Because all the office members of the Federal Reserve Bank, going back 35 years, almost 40 years now, have been Israeli dual citizens. Stanley Fisher is.
The guy who.
I'm not a guy. I'm not a guy.
Are you the guy who they?
No, I'm not.
Press box.
No, I'm not. I'm not that guy. No, I'm not a guy.
Okay.
I'm not a guy.
Are you the gentleman who?
I'm not a gentleman. I'm just a man. I'm just a man.
The man who they closed the press box for?
I mean, I didn't ask them to do it. They're my servants. They're the government. Okay.
What's your name?
You can't name me. I mean, I'm called Chris. You can call me Chris.
I just remember that story, and I'm just putting.
Well, it wasn't a story. It actually happened, and it's all on video. So why would you even ask questions about it? It's all on video. The whole thing's on video.
Curious.
Right? Isn't the whole thing on video?
I didn't watch the video.
The entire thing where they tried to set me up, and then on June 10th last year, they snatched me up off the street again because I videotaped Fire Station 20 with a vehicle, one of their personal vehicles, up on the lift. They were changing their oil. So the police came and snatched me up off the street, beat me up, sent me to the hospital, then sent me to jail for several days, and erased the video of them doing that.
What were you recording?
They did charge me. They charged me with disorderly conduct, but they can't charge me, as I told them. My servant can't charge me with anything. But that's all on video too.
What were you recording? An oil change?
There was a personal vehicle for one of the members of the fire station number 20 on Forest Hill Avenue, and they are continuously using the garage to do maintenance work on their personal vehicles. There's another witness to this. We all live in the neighborhood. We see it. It's not something that I'm some guy that's making things up. It's all on video what happens. Unless they take it and they erase it, which is what they did and what he knows they did too. and now you know it because it can be verified on video, and he just said it, and everyone knows it. So anyways, this cop shows up. I told him to leave me alone. I was walking my dog. Then he beats me up. DHS agents pop out of the woods. They drag me off and tell me that they're going to stick me in federal prison for 5 years.
For the videotaping of the...
They thought that they were going to catch me with a gun and cannabis at the same time. And when they failed to do that, they thought they were going to catch me with a gun and make me pee in a cup, which I refused to do. Although they told me, they allegedly ordered me to do it. But again, my servant can't order me to do anything.
You know what's awesome? I actually live in Colorado, and they couldn't arrest you for cannabis or gun at the same time.
Well,
it's both of them.
Here in Virginia, he knows, and the guys he works with, that's a reporter that works for Warren Buffett in the Richmond Times-Dispatch. His name is Graham Mumaw. I'm naming these people because they associate, because of their associations. I don't have the same associations. So they know about all this stuff and they cover it up. And it's happened at the Times-Dispatch while his big boss, Tom Silvestri, is apologizing to me after I was getting ready to nail Eric Cantor and Bobby Scott, both of which I've done on camera before with both of them, because they don't understand the law and I do. And because of that, we got chased out of that area by the Secret Service.
No, I couldn't even walk on the sidewalk. I mean, I couldn't stand on the sidewalk. You had to walk.
This is a martial law event.
Absolutely.
These guys are mostly actors. I don't know if you, yeah.
No, I saw a thing on Craigslist today that they were hiring people to anti-Trump protest.
No, I'm saying that's true, and there are also agents in there. Agents amongst there, police agents are the majority of folks. Yeah. These guys got, when we got it on video, and it'll be up on RVA for Peace on YouTube. It'll be up. The police escorting, and there's another Times-Dispatch reporter who knows all about that. That guy's marked, and I don't just do things like, you know, talk about like the international banking cartel. We cover like the nuclear radiation leak at the North Anna nuclear power, all the real stuff, all the real stuff that these. No, like I said, real stuff. Like it's a step beyond the Alex Jones stuff.
So where's your primary site? Is it the RBA for Peace?
Well, that's the YouTube. That's YouTube. I'm called Chris Dorsey. I'm most known for Press TV. You know what Press TV is? Okay.
I don't know if I've watched them. I'll have to, because I'm all interested in like getting the actual
Bank for International Settlements, Federal Reserve Bank.
Oh yeah.
Run by dual Israeli citizens.
Yep.
Carried out, you know.
Well, did you ever notice that this big, the Federal Reserve here, only 50% of it is actually above ground.
Oh yeah. Underground bases. That's another thing that I cover. Yeah, the underground bases. Because Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, they donate money back and forth to one another. They have their arms around one another. They're distant cousins, and also, like, you know, they have these underground bases that you know, are escape routes. So when Hillary, oh yeah, Denver. Well, there you go.
I know all about it.
Hey, well, what about? Do you know about Charlotte Bank of America? So Charlotte Bank of America versus Denver Broncos, the white Bronco versus the Black Panther, race war agenda. You see, this is part of the race war agenda.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so like, yeah.
It's Agenda 21, but it's the depopulation agenda.
It's all that stuff. It's all that stuff, and it's all like working together. Like this is a closed set. This is a closed television set. It's a closed movie set. There's Bob. That's Bob Brown. He's a photographer for the Richmond Times-Dispatch. He knows. He's seen all this stuff that I'm talking about. He's the guy that he's the guy that they closed down the press area for. I'm a member of the press, and you know what they did before that? They put a barricade on the seat that I normally sit in at every city council meeting. So it wasn't just. So you see, and I caught the whole thing. It was all a pre-planned event. They had a bunch of things planned. I was only one aspect of that. I was only one aspect because the meeting shut down after they had dragged me out, after it had already been on the local news. The meeting was, I mean, so all this stuff is just planned. It's planned.